wardrobe change. 1 second. There we go. Hey guys, what's up? Well, that was I hope you guys watched that last video. It's pretty important to what's going on in the future. If you didn't watch the last video, go up right over here and watch that one. Anyway, so let's get caught up on where the Supercharger is. So, I did it again. I came out to the shop, I finally got the collector in, and I just started cutting away and getting the bins ready, and I finished it. Well, when I say finished, I got it tacked up, and I actually ran out of gas on those last 2 tacks, so they're kind of porous, so I gotta cut all that up. Anyway, long story short, it fits, it works. I changed up the 4th runner again. I had it up going around here, but I ended up going straight out and down. That worked out a lot better. There wasn't any interference here, so I like that fit a lot better. But you can see, it's all there. There's some gaps here that I'll take out whenever I go to do the finish welds. Gotta still wait on my new welder to get here. They said end of this month, so it'll be a little bit. So with all that extra, a lot of downtime, I'm gonna do some stuff. For right now, I'll show you what I'm gonna do here. See the V-band comes all the way down here, and you don't want to do the V-band 90 here, so that's the way. See what I'm doing? This traction bar gets hit pretty often. This will make the wagon fantastic off-road, and I think it's going to be one more link to making this wagon supremely capable off-road. You've seen some of my other videos with the redone viscous coupler, with the rebuilt viscous coupler. It does fantastic pushing itself up hills. Sometimes the front gets a little bit off. It'll load up one wheel and get a one-wheel peel up front. That will be helped out by this. So this will help me out tremendously in that situation. So with that said, that brings me to something I wasn't planning on doing, but since we're still on lockdown and we really have no end in sight, I'm going to pull the transmission and the motor today. Like right now. Let's go ahead and get going. Because I got to get this bad boy in, and you can't get a pull. So I am going to take this to a professional to do this, because my recent, we'll call it transgressions with the LSD and the Fiesta. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start getting that thing pulled apart. I kind of will talk about it as I'm pulling apart by getting all the fluids drained out of it. Alright, so I pulled the header out so you can kind of see it a little bit. I know it's weird having this collector here in this kind of, this is actually probably for a V8 where it goes up underneath the car and all this other stuff. But this design was actually going to work out well for me. So what I am going to do is chop it here, probably a little bit, give it a little bit of a lip to weld to below that weld joint there. I'll get a better idea of it when I actually go to chop it. I'm probably not going to do it in this video because I got so much other stuff to go ahead and take care of. But as you can see, it looks pretty good. I'm happy with the way everything turned out, the way everything's ran. Again, it's my very first header, so I know it looks kind of janky and there's some horrible gaps here and there. But I had to do one pie cut down here, which turned out decent. It's nothing I can't fix when I go ahead and tear it back apart to fully weld it up. But I'm happy with it. I'm excited with the way it turned out. So one more quick note. I know this runner is actually going to be longer than the rest. I don't know how that's going to affect everything, but I do want to make a anti-reverberation chamber behind all this, where it actually sucks the header gases out of away from the cylinder head. Hopefully that'll help. I don't know much about the science of headers. I know someone in comments will know everything there is to know about headers. But as for me, I'm pretty novice at this, obviously. So I'm going to play around with this. If this has to be redone, I'm sure I could redo it to where this is more of a straight angle to this or something. But this was the easiest way for me to tack this up and get this all set up and still clear the supercharger. It's going to sit right here. So with that being said, I'm going to pull the supercharger back out, get all that taken care of, and I'll start getting this thing prepped and drained, ready to pull the motor. So that's pretty much everything off the motor. Everything's disconnected. tucked up out of the way. I haven't pulled this motor in a long time. I don't think I pulled it actually since I put the ZC in here. I pulled the transmission once just to see if I could and clean it up, and as you can see, that didn't last too long. One thing is this cam cap has been leaking, and it's made a mess over the transmission for a very long time, so that's something else I'm going to address why I have it all taken apart. All the wiring is undone, heater hoses are out of the way, fuel lines off. I think everything is disconnected and out of the way it needs to be. I've got the main harness just unplugged and thrown over. I got the resistor box and the chassis harness flipped over. I think everything should be good to go. Got the belts off, pulled the power steering up out of the way. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm going to go ahead and get the cherry picker set up and start yanking this thing apart. Well, that escalated quickly. Oh man. Well, transmission is departed from the motor. If you don't know, the Wagon RT transmission is very heavy because it's got a super low gear set in there. Basically makes it the weight of 2 transmissions. The motor's out for the first time, I guess since I installed it back in 2015, so 5 years. I was going to put it on the engine stand, but I forgot that stupid engine stand. It's some cheap old one. You have to take the pressure plate and the clutch and all that stuff off to put it on. I'm not going to worry about it right now because, well, I'm tired. And I need a new engine stand anyway because I don't like that 3-thing engine stand. It makes it very tippy. And plus these things are all rusted. I'm going to see if I can't find one online for a decent price. Man. So your boy kind of found out that he's kind of stupid. I had everything undone and I started to lift it up and I didn't even remove the drive shaft or the axles. So that was a lot of fun. I had to lower the motor back down and take all that stuff apart. Oh, besides that, I think I'm going to end it there tonight. I got a few more things to take care of. I am tired. It's getting late. It's about dinner time anyway. Oh, let's see. Oh, looks like the ground came off. Let's pull that one off. I gotta redo some wiring. I gotta clean up that whole firewall. That's was part of the plan of taking the motor out anyway. So no better time than the present, I suppose. It's been a while since that's been out of there. It kind of makes me bummed because I know that it's gonna be a little bit for the wagons back I'm going, but they really needed this deep clean and redoing of everything anyway. So fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed the time lapse. It's still actually going right now. I finally got my gimbal figured out what was going on wrong with it. So it's good to have that thing back and going. Oh, as for me, I'm going to go order some parts for the transmission to put the LSD in. Get those in. They probably should be in probably by next weekend, and I'll be able to schedule when me and Dustin put that transmission together or tear it apart and put the LSD in. I got a lot of things planned for the wagon. A lot of things, well, it's all torn apart. The laundry list gets longer and longer, but again, that just means content for everybody. And it gives me a chance to sit there and redo a lot of things I've been meaning to do for a while. I'm going to go eat some dinner. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.